Hi guys, so congratulations on booking your very first float at Roscoe's, and what we're going to do now is just run through your initial induction that everybody goes through before they float with us, just to make sure everything goes to plan and it's the most relaxing experience of your life. So when you hire one of the suites, when you're booking at Roscoe's, you get the suite for a 70-minute period. The first few minutes of the session is just spent getting changed and showering before you go into the room, because that's the protocol. You'll then be floating for just over 50 minutes in total, and then at the end of the session you'll step out of the room and you've got 15 minutes then to shower and to change, and then we've got vanity areas with mirrors, hair dryers, everything that you might need after the float just outside in the corridor. So first and foremost guys, we'll talk you through the induction step by step. So as soon as you shut the door, the very first thing you want to do is place your silicone earplugs in your ears. Now, if you've not used these before, they're really simple. They just mould to any shape, so you just need to tape at the end to a small point. The small point then goes into the ear, and then what you want to do is just push the thicker end. It will mould into place, and you'll basically feel it seal the ear. Okay, so that's the very first thing you're going to do, guys, when you shut the door. The reason for that is if you forget and you get into the float room and you have to get out and you've got water and salt all over you, it's not as easy to do. So very first thing, earplugs in first. Then what you're going to do is get changed. And once you're changed, if you've got any sensitive skin areas or little cuts or nicks or grazes, what we suggest is sealing them with petroleum jelly. The reason is because the salt water will it will sting if it gets on a sensitive skin area. So all you need to do is just seal it with a petroleum jelly. And you'll find that on the bench in your float room. So once you've done that, guys, you're then going to step into the shower, and you're going to shower before you go into the float room. So you need to wash your hair and you need to wash the body before you go into the float room. We've got shower products there for you to use, shower gel, shampoo, etc. Now, don't use conditioner before you go into the float room, because our waters are sensitive to oils. So once you've showered, washed your hair, washed your body, you're then going to step into the float room. Now the rooms are designed so that the door basically just opens into the shower area, and then you step into the float room, okay, and shut the door behind you guys. So when you're getting in the float room and when you're getting out, always use the handle that's on the left hand side. We have got safety flooring, but we are dealing with water, so for safety, do everything slowly and controlled. And always use the handle when you're getting in and getting out of the float room. So when you've got into the float room and you've shut the door behind you, just think of the float room as a giant bath. It's really simple. So as you would do in a bath, you just want to take a seat in the middle. So just slowly lower yourself down, just sit. There's only 10.5 inches of water in there, so it's not, not really deep. So you're going to take a seat in the middle of the float room, and just as you would do in a bath, to float, it's really easy, guys. All you're going to do is begin to extend your legs, and then just very slowly with your hands on the bottom of the float room, all you're going to do is just let yourself go back, and you'll just find yourself floating, guys. It really is as easy as that. Arm positions, you can either have your arms by your side or you can have them up above your head. Try both positions, because you'll find one more comfortable than the other. One thing to be conscious of is don't be scared to let your head go back, guys. The water is only going to come around the face. It does go over the ears, which is why we wear the earplugs to protect the ears from the salt in the water. But the water's only going to come around your face. So just try your best, just completely relax, let yourself go. And you should be comfortable, and you should be fine. If for whatever reason you've got tension in your neck, or you've got a problem with your spine, or you feel like your head needs support, in each room we've got a halo. So what the halo's for, guys, it just goes behind the head, and it basically just acts as a support and an aid to support the head if it's required. So you can try it with or try it without and see what's more comfortable. Now, if you do get any salt water in your eyes, it can happen where a drop goes in your eyes. It does sting. So in each room, we've also got some fresh water, and we've got a flannel, okay? Now, if you get salt water in your eyes, just simply sit up, spray your eyes with the fresh water, use the flannel to wipe your eyes, and that should get rid of the salt water in your eyes. The flannel will be over the handle in the float room. Now, when you've wiped your eyes, if you get salt water in them, put the flannel back over the handle just in case you need it again for the same reason. What I'm saying there, guys, is try not to let it drop into the water because you'll have the flannel full of salt. Okay. So when you're floating, your head is always at the door end of the room. Okay, that's because everything that you may need is at this end of the room. So in the middle of the room, on the right hand side, there's also a red button. Effectively, that just alerts us on reception if there's if there's ever a problem, if you will. Obviously, that's just a safety precaution, so it rarely gets pressed, if ever. But we do have to say that, so we can be contacted in reception by you in the room if, for whatever reason, you ever need us. So, in terms of the session itself, as I mentioned, you'll be floating for approximately a 50-minute period. Now, we will have already run through with you how the session's going to work. So, at the beginning, there'll be lights and meditative music. And we do have a set programme of how we kind of train people into the floats. And there will be a point where the lights and the music in the float room do go off. So there are two other buttons in the float room there, and what they are basically light switches. So the top button controls the star lights and the bottom button controls the water lights. So if you ever need to switch them on or switch them off, all you've got to do is just touch those buttons, and they operate the light switches. Now, when the float finishes, guys, at the end there'll be a 5-minute period. So at the end, the lights and the music come back on for a 5-minute period. You don't have to rush out at this point in time because you've still got 5 minutes of the session left. So you just want to bring yourself around because you'll find that you'll be deeply relaxed. Some people are even asleep. Don't worry if you fall asleep. It's perfectly safe to do so. But by the time the star lights go off at the end of that 5 minutes, that's the time to step out of the room, always using the handle, and you've then got 15 minutes to shower and to change. And then afterwards, as I mentioned before, we've got the vanity areas with the hair dryers, mirrors, etc. that you're more than welcome to use for as long as you like. And then when you come back and we meet you again on reception, we can get you either a herbal tea or a glass of water. So, just very quickly, I'll do it in one last 30 seconds, guys. So, when you shut the float room door, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your earplugs in, you're going to get changed, you're going to use the petroleum jelly if you've got any sensitive skin areas. You're going to shower. The shower is set at the temperature that we recommend, guys. So, all you've got to do is turn the shower on. The temperature's where we recommend it before you float. After you float, you can have the temperature at wherever you want it, colder or hotter. Now, once you've showered, you're going to step into the float room, okay? As I mentioned, you're going to sit down in the middle, you're just simply going to lie back nice and slowly, you'll begin to float, and then when the session's about to end, or there's 5 minutes to go, the lights and the music come back on. When the star lights go off, that's the time to step out of the room, use the handle, and you've got 5 minutes then to shower and change. So guys, in each room as well, of course, we've also got a towel for you, and the towel will either be on the bench or it will be hung up. So we've literally got everything you need. Swimwear is optional. The theory of flotation therapy is that you're reducing or removing external stimuli away from the brain and from the body. So some people prefer to wear swimwear, some people don't. So that's completely optional, guys. So you've watched everything induction-wise. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask us on reception before you float. So I guess it's time for me to say goodbye, and we really hope that you absolutely love your first float. See you soon. Thanks.